Alright guys, Billy here with Good Breeze. Today we're going to demo the new F1 CWC Strike, and this is the ALUULA version of it. So we have a 7 meter. This is a prototype. It's not the final version, but I think it's pretty close to production. There's probably different graphics and whatnot. We also have the hard handles. Again, these are not the final version. They're going to make them a little easier to put on and such, but these are the new F1 hard handles. They're one of the great additions to the F1 lineup and their wings this year is they're making their handles interchangeable. So they'll come stock, I believe, with the soft handles, and they're gonna have a few different options with like hybrid, hard, and then a boom as well. So that's been, a big upgrade that people have been asking for. Everyone loves the F1 wings, but just, so a lot of people want to have that hard handle or that boom option. So this year, you're gonna have it. Another new addition is they're going to have the ALUULA version of the CWC, which means the center strut and the little wingtip struts are going to be made out of ALUULA, which is going to make them much more stiff and lighter weight. And that's going to be great for that rigidity when you go to pump that wing or when you're trying to get up in light winds. It also reduces the weight dramatically, which is a huge advantage. If you've ever used ALUULA in any of your kites or wings, you'll understand that it really does have a lot of advantages. So we're gonna try it out today, see how it goes. It's blowing about 15, 16 miles an hour right now. Maybe gusts a little bit more here and there, but we got a strong kind of current and waves. So a little tricky conditions. It's pretty onshore, but I'm gonna take it out, give it a shot, a 7 meter. I'm gonna ride a 54 liter board, probably ride my Armstrong foil set. I'm gonna try with an 880. If that's not enough, I might try my HA 1080 just to see if it gets me up and gets me moving. And then we have our friend Teddy here who's been riding the CWC pretty regularly. He's a big guy, so he has the CWC is kind of his go-to. And so we're gonna put this in his hands, see how he likes it, and he can go do a little comparison to his CWC that he's been riding a lot. All right, so I'm gonna put the handle on here. You can see they're now interchangeable, which is nice. It'll come with soft handles here. Again, this is not the final version of the handle, so yours might look a little different if you buy a new one. But the concept is the same. You're gonna have these loops here. It's similar to what the Ocean Rodeo has done. You're gonna put this in, tuck these straps in. You wanna do this before you inflate your struts. That's pretty important. And then the same thing with the front side. Now you wanna make sure if you get these hard handles, whether there's a curvature, the higher side is facing the leading edge. The first time I put these in, I put the higher side the other way and it just didn't feel right, so you have to deflate it and fix it. But it goes in real simple, real easy. You just want to make sure it's secure, everything's kind of tucked in before you inflate it. And again, the new versions are the real production versions are probably gonna be curved a little bit more, fit a little bit better. But you get the general idea on this one, and it's gonna see how it works.
Yeah, man, I just got back from a session on the new F1 with the ALUULA parts. I gotta say, it is very rigid, but still with that familiar F1 feel. You know, the ease of pulling yourself up on foil, but with a little bit more drive, a little bit more pump from that rigidity. And then, you know, I'm not a hard handles guy in particular, but I did enjoy it. I like that they canted the front handle so you can grab the front handle while you're flagged out. Really get good control over the wing. Overall, great experience. It definitely might be in the market for one here coming when they get released.
Sweet. So Teddy and I just got in our first sessions with the F1 CWC with the ALUULA in it. And I mean, my first thoughts were it's just so much more stiff. We switched off. He's got the version 2, the CWC,
yeah, CWC.
And his just felt real floppy. I mean, it is probably a little worn out from having a lot of sessions on it, but just the way that that thing flexed and the soft handles not having the rigidity just felt totally different from going back and forth, but yet you still felt that same kind of similar pull that you're familiar with. So it's a little bit different feel. I think with the new version, with the ALUULA, you have to be a little more efficient in your pumps, but you get a lot more power out of those pumps.
Yeah, the pumps really build. So as you start with the little pumps and build and build and build, once you get that apparent wind moving, it's way more efficient than the V2 for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I feel like I was putting a lot more effort and the thing was flopping with yours,
yeah.
And it just was kind of like you're losing a lot of power. It almost felt like you were getting more because it moved easier, but you weren't getting the forward pull out of it that you do with the stiffness with the ALUULA. So those were big things. How much do you weigh?
Probably 265.
265, damn.
Dry.
Yeah.
Maybe 280 with all this gear on.
So you're going on a 7 meter. It picked up a little bit from when we first started going out. We first went out, it was a big of a struggle. And maybe what, like 16, 17 miles an hour, if that?
Maybe 16.
Yeah, not in that. Plus there's like a 2-knot current going with the wind. So I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty impressive. Definitely had a lot of power. Once you got up, it felt, to me, it felt real stable. And we let go on the wave. It was, you held on the wave and you were just kind of cruising. It felt a lot more stable. I feel like yours was kind of wobbling on me a little bit.
I noticed toe side with all the turbulence from the bumps, man. Going toe side with the bigger wing, I was having trouble staying stable, but that ALUULA wing is locked in.
Yeah, like everything just felt a lot more stiff. I mean, it's probably because the center strut's a lot smaller and thinner with that ALUULA material. They get a lot more stiffness out of it. So
yeah, and the rigid handles too. You got that direct feel.
Yeah, it does make a big difference.
Micro movements of the leading edge, just like they're dialed in.
Yeah, there's a couple times where I got in the wave and I was trying to whip the wing around, and with the hard handle, you can kind of pull it around. When you have the soft handle, you got to kind of like use 2 hands and like put it where you want it and like push it and put it in place, and then yeah, so definitely different feels. But
no, I'm glad they went that way. I mean, it's really nice that they're dragging that new technology along.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be a benefit for the whole sport.
Awesome. Did you see any downsides to it?
No, I can't say that there's any downsides to it.
You haven't seen the price tag yet.
Well, that, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I think first impressions, we're pretty stoked on the CWC ALUULA, and I hope you guys are too.